Hello, second grade. This is Mrs. Vella from the admissions office, and I am Mitty and Caitlin's mom, too, you might know. And I am here to talk about one of my passions, and I'm very excited to talk about my passion for exploring the outdoors.
Hi, Mrs. Vella. I have a question for you. So how did you first become curious about exploring the outdoors?
Well, here's a little known fact you might not know about me, but I am the youngest in my family, and I have 3 older brothers. So if you have older brothers, you might know that boys like to play outside a lot, and my brothers played outside a lot, and I always wanted to follow them. So I played outside a lot when I was a kid. I played in the dirt, in the mud, in the snow, in everything I could possibly play in. And I liked the woods, so we had woods right near our house, and I used to go explore the woods, so I made trails in the woods with my friend. And I used to like to just play in them, and they were right next to our property, so I could play there and still be really close to my house. So I think I started exploring the woods when I was really little, like maybe 6 or 7, so maybe about your age, or maybe just a little bit younger than your age.
Okay, so once you knew you were curious about exploring the outdoors, how did you gather more information about it?
Well, fast forward a little bit, right? So I grew up outside playing. I grew up playing outside all the time, and then I decided when I wanted to go to college that I would go to college in a college that was up in New Hampshire called Dartmouth College, and it has a big outdoor program. And I knew that I wanted to go to a school that had an outdoor program because I like to hike, and I like to get to the top of the peak. I like to canoe. I like to explore trails. And so part of my time at Dartmouth, at Dartmouth they offer you the opportunity to participate in a trip. And this trip is an outdoor trip that you can go on for 5 days, and so I took the opportunity to go on it because I wanted to learn more about hiking. And I also knew that I'd learn from my friends. And so it was kind of a special hike because you would actually learn technical things about hiking and about the outdoors. So that was one thing, so I did it by doing. But then I'll tell you another secret. My brother gave me a book once called I Love Dirt. And I was doing some research, and it's a great book if you're interested in doing things outside, and it is called 52 Activities That can help you and your kids discover the wonders of nature. So I thought it was funny that my brother gave that to me before I even had kids, but now I use it for my kids. Mitty and Caitlin, of course, know about it. And so at Dartmouth, I hiked and loved being outside. I did everything I could possibly do that the outing club offered. And then I also led a trip. That was fun. So.
Okay. Once you learned more about exploring the outdoors, how did you share your learning and passion with others? Maybe throughout your life, or you can just tell about your adulthood experience, whatever you feel like you want to share.
So that's a good question. I would say that this is an important piece because as soon as I began to realize that I was really passionate about it, I think I wanted other people to be passionate about it too. And so I applied to lead one of those trips at Dartmouth that I had taken myself because I wanted to share my experiences and my love of the outdoors with other freshmen, like students who were just coming to Dartmouth. I wanted to maybe teach them about it, or just maybe even just give them the confidence to want to explore the outdoors. And the other thing I would say I do often, which I didn't say in my previous answer, is that I love to read, and so I love to research books like this book, I Love Dirt. My brother knows that I like to read, so he gave me this book. But I also have other books like Last Child Left in the Woods and books by Rachel Carson, who is known as a witness to nature, but she's basically environmentalist, but she's really interesting. And she's interesting because she cares about the outdoors, and I think she shared something with me about it that I think in turn I often want to share books, like I just shared with you the name of a few books that I liked. So I think one way is to share books that I really like, and if you ever come to my office, you'll see that I have books on my bookshelf, and I'm often sharing them with friends. So when I read something I like, I want to share them. When I do something I like, I want to encourage other people to maybe do it with me. And that was leading the trip. And then for Mitty and Caitlin, if you ever talk to them, you can tell they would probably tell you that I love to be outdoors. I have snowshoes, and I take the dogs snowshoeing, and I like to take the dogs on hikes, and I like to take them on hikes, and so I just maybe like to encourage people to be outdoors.
Okay. And then the last question is, what advice would you give someone who is just starting to pursue something that they are curious or passionate about?
So I'm a kind of kinesthetic learner. That means like I'm someone who likes to do things while I'm learning, and I think one of the reasons I like passionate about the outdoors is because I can go explore the outdoors. I can breathe the cold air or the warm air. I can hike in a desert climate. I can hike in a cold climate. I can really do something out there. So I like to do, but I also like to read, and so I think it's fun for me to get to ideas from other people through books. So I would recommend that you read about people who might have a similar passion to you, because they might share things through their own writing or through their activities or suggestions for activities. And then I would suggest meeting people who do the certain thing you're passionate about. So if you're passionate about swimming, talk to a good swimmer. And if you're passionate about doing knitting, then talk to someone who likes to knit. Or if you're passionate about the outdoors, then talk to someone who has done, who's explored the outdoors and can really tell you technical things, but also tell you maybe entry-level things that you want to know about your passion.
Thanks, Mrs. Vella.
You're welcome. Have fun, and I can't wait to hear about your passions.
Woo!
So I hope you'll come and tell me.
Oh, we will. Bye.
Bye.